continue to take notes, and if the class goes a little bit longer, that's okay. Just be patient, okay? You guys can go ahead and start. It's ready. This was our laptop.
Where do I have to click for voice?
Hmm?
For the voice, like recording voice.
It's already recording. I started it.
Okay, we're going to talk about the HIV vaccine. Do you know which disease has the highest death rate in the world, and like how is how is spread? That is HIV. It was counted that 34 million people had HIV disease in 2000 no 2011, and like the death rate of HIV is over 99%. And the Americans started like to do the HIV vaccine test in 2000, and until now 1,500 countries were invited to the test, and the goal is to reduce the number of deaths of HIV.
Make sure you. Is it working? You can use the arrows too on the keyboard.
We're going to talk about for the 6 Millennium Goals. In 2000, they made the Millennium Goals, the United Nations. And there were a conference that there were more than 150 countries and worked in the combat of HIV. And the HIV disease uh, is has changed a lot of lives. It affects them obviously in a negative way. It takes a lot of loved ones, and it is mostly spread because people don't have information about like how it is spread or how do they get it. And like for example, in wealthy countries like Switzerland, they have less deaths per year than Zimbabwe in Africa. It's because of this, because like they spread information and most people know like the consequences and how to prevent the virus. Also, this the it's transmitted by sexual contact, and like a very important and simple form of combating HIV is the use of condom, and like there are many ways to prevent this disease, and like the vaccine is developing to combat the virus. The virus can be spread by blood, preseminal fluid, vaginal fluid, and breast milk. The skin is an excellent way to like a wall, like a barrier to the virus. The skin is also for any kind of virus or bacteria, and it can enter on broken skin. And the most common ways of getting HIV is obviously having sex, and also it's many times infect because someone used needles or injections of that have been used for infected people. Also, it's very common to spread the disease because the moms that are infected give breast milk to their child. And also, like a, a which thing that plays a role in combating the HIV is also the circumcision for the men. It's the the World Health Organization report that the male circumcision reduced by 60% to the transmission of HIV from women to men, and they made a randomized test in Kenya, Uganda, and South Africa, and like they are living now 33.4 million people with HIV virus, and hopefully until 2015, that is the deadline of the Millennium Goals, this number will reduce. And many countries are working in developing the HIV, like the USA, that each year they expend like millions of dollars in the vaccine.
Like how HIV affect our society, you can see from here. And like the countries with HIV prevention is higher than 5% in the world, and there are like 2 million people with 2 million children are living with HIV disease right now, and we can see here the HIV vaccines it works. Like it's only 51% people like the death rate is like lower than the people that doesn't get HIV vaccines. And how HIV vaccines developed? The trial started in August of 2000 by Merck. It's like the biggest country of the world. And till 2002, 120 volunteers joined the trial. And by 2005, the great progress has been made. The HIV vaccines is working on monkey's body, but not in human body. And at that time, the HIV disease has become like serious in the society. People begin to like, realize it's a serious problem for the world. And in 2001, South Africa improved the HIV vaccines, and it works. It's working on human bodies, but not a lot. And the investment of HIV in 2008, the world spent 731 million on public sector. That means like paying people to do the test and buying the materials, things, and the philanthropy is like 104 million. That means like people give money to help the sick people who has HIV disease, and the industry that means to the medicines and something else. There were like also million of volunteers are doing the test right now. And the conclusion, the HIV has the highest death rate in the world, and it has become a huge problem of our society. The HIV vaccines is helpful, but not done yet. I think we can looking forward like it can be done in 2015, and we can make success on against the disease. And here are some sources of the images, and that's it.
Thank you guys. Your has a question. Can you click stop?